It's easy to think that you're falling behind in life when you compare yourself to other people that have accomplished great things, and then you just look at yourself and wonder, am I really doing enough? But in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 3 reasons why you're doing a lot better than you think. So let's get straight into the first one. The first reason why you're doing a lot better than you think is because you're on self-improvement. You are literally watching videos like this instead of watching Netflix or other brainless content that most other people consume in their free time. So that alone shows you that you're doing a lot better than you think. You're taking your personal development seriously, unlike many people. Let's say you take 100 people from your age group. Chances are it'll be you and maybe someone else that is this serious about self-improvement. So that alone puts you in the top 2%, or it puts you in a category of your own already. And that kind of puts things into perspective already. It might not seem like you're making an insane amount of progress, or when you compare yourself to your peers, it doesn't really seem like there's a huge difference. But over a long enough time period, there will be a big difference. You might not see it now, but you will see it later. I've been on self-improvement for more than 5 years, and I've only started to see real progress or real results in the past year or so, or at least public victories. Before then, I've experienced many private victories. But these are the victories that people forget about, neglect, and they downplay them way too much. And you are probably experiencing many private victories, but you don't see them as victories because they're private. But I'm telling you now, it takes many private victories until you get a public victory. I'd say only recently have I really experienced public victories. Victories where people can call me out on them, like, hey, I saw you did this, I see you, this and that. You get recognized for your efforts. But those efforts are caused or are a result of the private victories. But it does take time. And that's why you need to be patient on this journey. I was extremely patient. I just put my head down, carried on working, and now it almost seems surreal, the amount of progress that I made. And people notice it after a long enough time period. And that's something that I'm experiencing right now. So stay patient. I promise you, the results will come. The second reason why you're doing better than you think is because you're comparing yourself to the wrong people. Let's be honest. We probably both have compared ourselves to the people that we look up to. But if we just take a step back and think about it, isn't it quite unreasonable to be comparing yourself to someone that you look up to? Because they have had a lot more time to work on themselves. They are years ahead of you. So it doesn't really make sense to compare yourself to them. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do this at all, because I do think having that comparison shows you just how far you can get. But I'd say compare yourself to them when they were in your position. And chances are you are probably already ahead of them. But like I said, the people that you look up to shouldn't be people that you measure yourself up against, because that'll just make you feel like you're falling behind, when in reality, you are not. The only person you should really be comparing yourself with is you yesterday, your past self, because that is the only person that exists that's on the same path as you. No one else is on exactly the same path as you. Everyone gets to where they want to go in different ways and in different timelines. So just focus on you, because that's really what it is all about. It's not about doing better than this person or that person. It's all about being better than you were yesterday. So as long as you're beating the past version of you, I honestly think you are a lot further than many people. Because so many people are slowly declining because they're not working on themselves like you are. You're literally watching this video, which shows that you're serious about your personal development. So recognize that and understand that you're actually doing a lot better than you think. The third reason why you're doing better than you think is because you're experiencing something that I like to call personality lag. I don't know exactly where I heard this from originally, but I really do like the concept because I have seen it in person. I have experienced it myself. I consider there to be 2 forms or 2 instances of personality lag. The one is the one you experience with yourself, and the other is the one other people experience with you. So personality lag is pretty much just the difference between where you are actually at and where people perceive you to be. So usually where you are actually at is a lot higher than where people see you. I wouldn't really give attention to the personality lag when it comes to other people's perception of you. But the easiest way to eliminate this completely is to enter a new environment where people don't know you. So their first impression of you is the current version of you and not the old version of you. Because if you've noticed, let's say you're in high school. I don't know where you currently are, but when I was in high school, I was shy in the beginning of high school, grade 8, 9, shy, wasn't really good with girls. But by the end of it, I changed completely. But people still treated me the same, or they only treated me slightly better. But that all changed when I went to university. But the easiest way to eliminate this personality lag is to get into a new environment where people don't know you, so that their first impression of you is literally the current version of you and not the old version of you. Because the reason why this personality lag happens is because people already think that they know you. But because you're on self-improvement and that you're constantly improving yourself, people aren't gonna catch up to the current version of you, because they're so used to, or they already have this preconception of who you are. That's why when you go into a new environment, people don't have any preconceptions. They know you for who you are in that current moment. So if you want to get rid of personality lag when it comes to other people's perception of you, a new environment will do just that. But if I'm being completely honest with you, this will also help you with the personality lag that you have with yourself, because people will treat you, or people will see you as who you are, and a byproduct of that will make you feel more comfortable just being you, or you will feel more yourself, which means that personality lag will decrease. But if I'm being honest, this is just something you have to live with. This is something that I've realized with myself. You are always gonna think you are a little bit more behind than you actually are, because people that are on self-improvement tend to be a lot more harder on themselves than the regular person. I can tell you for a fact, I'm extremely hard on myself, which has its pros and cons, but one of the pros is that no one else can be as hard on me as myself. But a con is that I'll never fully realize how much progress I'm making or how far I actually am. But just acknowledge that personality lag is a thing, and chances are you are doing a lot better than you think. But those were the 3 reasons why you're doing a lot better than you think. And if you carry on this path that you're currently taking, the results will eventually be undeniable. And then you will no longer have to guess, did I make it? Because you did. But don't stop watching now. Click the video on the screen. I'm sure you'll like that video as well and find it as valuable as this one. So click the video on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.